Little folks. Betsy, why are you so upset? Barda asked her friends. Mom thinks I'm the one eating all the cookies that have been disappearing from her treat drawer lately. She says she's glad I enjoy them, but she wishes I'd leave some for others and that, after all, they are cookies, so I can't eat them in such large amounts. Lately, she didn't even have time to buy ingredients for more before the ones she had baked disappeared. But I really didn't eat that many, she added. I believe you, said the aunt, and after a moment added, it must be the little folks. They must have jumped down from the clouds. Betsy stared at the aunt, who continued. I've been watching them for a while now. I saw them come down to earth recently to borrow some cookies. They usually come at night to move around safely, unseen by human eyes in the dark. Some little folks come down to earth for cookies? Betsy asked, increasingly astonished. Yes, mainly for the smell. Like freshly baked cookies or the scent of flowers. So they can later spread it around in their marbled gardens. They might eat a little too, but I'm not sure about that. In the morning, they jump down from the clouds to collect dewdrops from the morning meadows, which they use to water their colorful plants. Amazing! I've never heard of this before. Now it all makes sense. Mom, looking at me curiously, said that she had recently put a whole box of almond chocolate cookies in a drawer. And when she woke up the next day, only crumbs were left. If only she knew. I really didn't eat them, Betsy said with a wide smile. I mean, I couldn't have eaten the whole box, she added. Betsy, the little folks can't carry this many at once because they are light, just like the cloud homes, but I know they could have helped make those cookies disappear. Bardo, what else do you know about the little folks? Asked the ladybug, completely ignoring her friend's logical observation. I heard that they are old star dust particles that fell to Earth during a great cosmic rain. These particles were filled with magic, energy, and a desire for life, but they found it hard to survive on solid land or in the depths of the oceans. So they looked for a place where they could create their own world. And it was the clouds that turned out to be just the right place. Soft, fluffy, light, and far from large human hands. Because that's what the little folks fear most. And it's from those tiny dust particles that the little folks were born. Small beings, but full of energy and childlike joy. They made their home in the clouds because they felt they could grow and build a life there freely. And if necessary, they could come down to Earth to borrow things they needed from people. It's very hard to spot them. They are just afraid of us, maybe a little less than the humans, but given their size, I can't blame them. One day, I met one of them, a really brave little one. Bardo laughed. I asked him why they needed do and how I could help with providing the cookies, and that's how our story began. Oh no! Bardo exclaimed, covering her mouth with her hand, as she realized she had just revealed her secret. You helped the little folk get cookies? Betsy shouted. Shh! The aunt hushed her. Someone might hear and I'd never see Puffs again. The little folks have names? How many of them are there? Betsy shouted even louder. Shh! Or someone will hear, Betsy. I've already said too much. This is my biggest secret, please. Please don't tell anyone. Betsy stood there in shock for a few long moments. Slowly, all the information she had just heard began to sink in. So, there's a parallel other world to the human one? There are little folks who borrow cookies from people and collect dew in the morning, and they live so close to us? Betsy kept asking more and more questions. Betsy, please, just don't tell anyone because Puffs wouldn't show up again. Do you understand? Do you promise? I promise, the ladybug said without hesitation, lowering her voice. And could I meet Puffs? Well, I'll tell you where to leave the cookies, Bardo replied, and then you will be able to lend them to him, and perhaps one day... Lending? But isn't lending something about giving it back? Betsy interrupted, growing more and more in excitement. Well, that depends on how you look at it. The little folks borrow cookies from us to ensure we have good dreams at night. So you could say it's more of an exchange. They borrow, given something else in return. Puffs said that recently they created palaces out of fog, gardens from raindrops, and playgrounds from dew. And that's what Sarah's sister dreamt about recently. Or at least that's what she told me. Giving cookies brings people more magical dreams, and when they wake up in the morning, they are in better spirits and more eager to do things. Sometimes the little folks come down to earth for other things that help them enrich their cloudy world. In return, they take care of human and our dreams to ensure that the clouds are beautiful, soft, and form shapes that expand the imagination of those who look up at them from below. Bardo, how long have you known about the little folks? A long time, her friend replied. Long enough to learn a great many human dreams told by Puffs. It's actually hard for me to remember when it all began, but I know so many stories about the little folks. And then Bardo started counting the stories Puffs had told her. 1 story, 2 of them, 3, 4, 5 stories, 6, 7, 8 of them, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 stories, 16 of them, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 of them, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 stories, 37, 38 of them, 39, 40, 41, 42 of them, 43, 44, 45, 46 stories, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51 of them, 52, 53, 54, 55 of them, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61 stories, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66 stories, 67, 68, 69 of them, 70 stories, 71, 72 of them, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81 stories, 82 of them, 83, 84, 85, 86 of them, 87 stories, 88 of them, 89, 90, 91 of them, 92 stories, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 stories.